Hey guys, hope you're all having a good one, staying inside and staying safe. If you've been watching any of my Warzone content, you'll know that I've been having a great time playing with my friends and racking up the wins. I'm closing in on 50 wins now, which was actually my personal target when I really started getting into the game last month, and I'm managing those wins in solos and in parties as well, which is pretty awesome. Now, something I think we're all wondering is what's going to happen with Warzone moving forwards. It's this free-to-play Call of Duty game that is currently linked to Modern Warfare, but will it stay that way? In a big interview with some top Call of Duty developers that happened in the last few days, we've got lots of information on what's going to happen with Warzone in the future, and overall, it's really good news. Make sure you click that subscribe button if you haven't already to stay up to date on Warzone and to catch some more awesome gameplay videos that are coming soon. Just over 20,000 people have joined the channel in the last month or so, which is amazing, so it'd be awesome if we could keep that going. So this big interview then, we'll dig into it. It was conducted by GamerGen with Taylor Kurosaki from Infinity Ward and Amos Hodge from Raven Software, and both of these studios are currently working on Warzone together. It's a big collaboration effort. The first big reveal for Warzone from this interview is that it's being treated as its own product despite being heavily linked into Modern Warfare. There are narrative links back to the campaign, the main multiplayer, and the co-op Spec Ops mode, and of course Warzone, but the Warzone experience is being treated as its own product, and it's got its own development team that are working on it. And that, to me, that signals faith that Activision have as a publisher in the Warzone product. If it's being allowed to exist in a realm where usually $60 Call of Duty games are released every year, there's definitely some budget behind Warzone at the moment. A free-to-play version of the latest Call of Duty is now available, and arguably, it's become the biggest hit in the franchise for the last few years. So Activision clearly wants to build on that success. The interview also touched on different modes within Warzone. Hodge said that Duos is being worked on, and it will arrive at some point in the future, but right now, it's not currently ready. With the launch of Warzone, we got trios, and then we got solos and quads added later on. And so duos will be added moving forwards, but right now it appears there are some issues that need to be worked through to get duos working in the right way. Duos has already been active in the other mode within Warzone, the Plunder Game mode, so the feature is definitely possible, but it seems that with the Battle Royale mode right now, there's something not quite right, and that needs to be addressed first of all. This is good news overall, however, because if Duos does arrive alongside solos, trios, and quads options, then we'll have the full range of matchmaking choices, and that means that any dynamic of group that wants to play Warzone will have an option that they want to play in. I've been playing more duos in trios matchmaking recently, and duos does offer a really good dynamic, but it's definitely harder than trios, because if you or your buddy get down, then the remaining player is on their own in a 2v1 or a 3v1 situation. Trios gives you the leeway of that third player, so even if one player in your group is downed, you often end up with a 2v3 situation, and that is somewhat easier to work with. So duos is definitely on the way, but it's still being worked on at the moment. Then we've got the Battle Royale map itself, the area of Verdansk. Now, according to the team, this is set to change and adapt as time goes on, and there's an underlying narrative that will become more obvious as seasons roll through with Warzone, starting with Season 4, which, going off the in-game countdown timer, is scheduled to begin at some point in early June. Now, according to Kurosaki, who was referring to the news recently that Warzone might have Fortnite-like live events, they clarified that the events wouldn't be exactly like Fortnite because Warzone is more grounded as an experience, and it's similar to the real world that we live in. There's different factions here, different allegiances and rivalries. In Warzone, those relationships have broken down, and everyone playing as different operators, they're experiencing the events whilst trying to figure out what's actually happening. So with that in mind, the news that we are going to see more information seep out over time, there will be more Easter eggs and clues as to what's happening, a reason why the gas is being deployed and why it's bringing everyone close together. The map is going to change and it's going to evolve over time, and a story is going to emerge. And it's going to move towards some kind of reveal. Players have already discovered these bunkers all over the map. They've been there since day one. Recently, these red access keycards that presumably we can use those to enter the bunkers. Lots of computers and phones around the map that you can interact with. There's plenty of clues as to what might be happening, but at the moment we're missing some key links, and that is apparently going to come throughout the seasons of Warzone. And of course there's even the stadium location on the map that we can't enter at the moment, but it is a huge location, and I've got this feeling that stadium will be opened up at some point in the future. As a player, it's really exciting, and it's definitely signaling to me that the future of Warzone is really bright, and there will be plenty happening over the next several months. And then speaking of the next several months, let's get back to what Warzone is within the Call of Duty franchise, because in this interview, for really the first time, the team has confirmed plans for longer-term support of Warzone. Kurosaki said that teams are in uncharted territory for Call of Duty because Warzone conflicts with that usual yearly release cycle for the Call of Duty games, but this apparently has been taken into account with Warzone because it's going to be, and I quote here, the line that connects different branches of the franchise moving forwards. Kurosaki specifically mentions that Call of Duty has these many branches, and these are the sub-franchises like Modern Warfare, like Black Ops. And Warzone is going to be the element of Call of Duty that links all of those games together. And that means Warzone is going to be getting support for a long time to come. Activision appears to be in this for the long haul, and they want to keep Warzone out there, they want to keep it active in the minds of gamers for a long time. And that's really exciting. Warzone is going to be the constant within the franchise, whilst these yearly releases, those different sub-franchises, they're going to come in and out of focus as time goes on. And then, an even bigger announcement than that, and this concerns the next generation consoles, the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, Warzone will be supporting those new consoles. Kurosaki confirmed this in the interview directly, and the reason for this support is because the plan is for Warzone to exist and be active for quite some time. Nothing is really expanded on here in the interview, but one element that I think is really important is the power, the graphical power of those next generation consoles. Warzone is already a cross-platform game, and with the extra power that those consoles have, maybe console players will get more graphic controls, like different toggles for certain details in the settings, or an expanded field of view so you can see more of what's going on, and maybe even high refresh rate support. And that would bring console players closer to the level that PC players are able to play at and take advantage of. That's going to be really interesting, but just hearing that Warzone is going to be around for the next gen of releases, and that's coming right at the end of 2020, that puts even more emphasis on how much Activision and the teams believe in this Warzone product that they're making. And then lastly, and this is a rumour, but there's potential for a new map coming to Warzone in the near future. This rumour has seemingly been debunked as well, but I'll explain it to you. Recently, a video was found in the Modern Warfare files that shows the area of Verdansk covered in red dots, so that's going to be all the players in Warzone, and then the image sort of zooms out to reveal a new location called Urzikstan. Apparently, this video was hidden within the Special Ops files, and the cutscene, it speaks about the fighting in Verdansk, and apparently those fighters plan on crossing the land and taking Urzikstan as well. Now personally, I don't think this is going to come very soon, a new Warzone map. I don't think there's enough that's happened through Season 3 and going into Season 4. We haven't uncovered enough of the story of what's going on here so far. I wouldn't be getting my hopes up for a new map anytime soon, but I think into the future, maybe past the summer with Warzone, the teams will be working on what they can do to keep things fresh in this game, and a new map is 100% one of those things that can keep things fresh. So, that's lots of things happening, potentially coming to Warzone, and whether you're a big fan of the game or not, I think we can all appreciate currently the amount of work that's going into Warzone and how much support it is being given and how much emphasis is being put on its future. It's great to see live service working so well for this particular game, providing free updates to keep people playing and keeping us all interested with this underlying story, Easter egg narrative that's happening at the moment. I'm certainly excited for the future of Warzone. Thanks very much for watching today, guys. Please let me know what you think of all this down below in the comments section and leave me a rating as well. It is greatly appreciated. And I'll catch you all in the next one.